Working on a Kia today. Sorrento, all-wheel drive 2020. Front rotors, getting a lot of vibration when driving. Rotors come from China, so I got them from Napa, the second best version. We're putting the adaptive ones today, the very best. But it might have something to do with, we loosened the caliper up today, and you can see those pads aren't moving very well. Try to go in and loosen those up and see if maybe that extra heat's causing the warpage vibration. You can see here, you really got to pull on that bottom pad to get it to move back and forth, whereas the top is a little more springy. And the backside barely want to move. On the backside, you can see I'm pulling, and it does not want to come out there. So we might grind those up and grease them up. You can see where it's been riding on the pads there. You can see how this one comes out on the top easy, where it's been rubbing. You can see where it's been riding in there and up there. Here's the metal clips here. You can see what that looks like in there. I've scraped it. There's really nothing much to that metal that's hurting it. I mean, that would be pushing out on the brakes, you know, causing problems or anything. There's the upper clip there. You can see I cleaned up the metal bracket here, not here. That's the difference. And then you're gonna re-grease these. Both the back of the pad and the top of the slides. Like you said, I might probably use a grinding wheel. We're gonna use a flap discs here to grind down some of these spots here. Now I take a little bit of material off at a time, all around the edges there, to the top as well, wherever it's grabbing. Now you can slide them in there, and now they move back and forth real smooth like. That's what you want. So we took the Phillips head bolts out of here and here. Old rotor, of course, we've already taken it off. This is the new one, how it looks. I'll line those holes up, put it back on. You don't have to put these screws back in, but you can to hold the rotor on. Grease up the slides. Grease up the caliper bracket bolts. 17mm bracket bolts. Just snug them up. Just tighten them with ratchet by hand or breaker bar. Just crank them with a breaker bar just to be safe side. Grease up the top of the slides, the back of the pad, and the other slide. Squealer like this. Put your pad in. Rotor when it's going forward to right against the squealer. Make sure the pad moves back and forth easily. Grease up the other pad, slide it in, like so. Make sure it moves back and forth easily. Make sure to reinstall these springs. They help move the pads back and forth. Install both. Make sure they bounce back and forth. A little grease on your caliper there and there. Hold the pads in place while putting the caliper on so they don't spring away. Hand tighten these 14mm bolts here, and then put the ratchet on. Up real good with your long-handled reach ratchet. Push your caliper back and forth because it should move easily. You should kind of see those pads moving around in there easily. Iron tightened down 21mm. Like and subscribe for more, y'all. Let me know in the comments. Stay safe. God bless.